of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
Hey, what's up? It's Mo Bounce in studio at Z100, our good friend who's been here quite a bit, and we love him very much. It's Jonas Blue, everybody.
What's happening, Mo?
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
It's been a kind of crazy ride for you. I mean, it really hasn't stopped.
No.
Do you want it to ever calm down or stop?
No. I mean, I probably said that last night when I was super tired, but no, I feel great. It's great to be back here.
Yeah.
Seeing you guys and yeah, spreading the music, spreading love.
Before we talk about Rise and everything else that's going on, I remember a couple years ago at Z100's Jingle Ball, you were backstage hanging out. You didn't perform or anything, but
No.
you were that well-dressed man that nobody...
The well-dressed English dude, and now look at me.
No, I'm not knocking on you now.
I've spent too much time in New York.
No, well, yeah, you got to, keep it relaxed and everything.
No,
but that's my first time meeting you. I think someone introduced me, hey, this is Jonas Blue.
Yeah.
And you were just getting going in the States more, than anything.
Yeah, I think I just had Fast Car out at that time, so it was a while back.
Yeah, which I want to talk about that, by the way. When I was reading online and stuff like that, how was your mother's favorite song, Tracy Chapman's Fast Car.
Yeah.
Kids, if you don't know it, do your Googles, But that was your mom's favorite song. You're like, hey, I need to kind of do something, different with this. Yeah. And what you did with it was just like no one ever expected. Like, how can you do something like that to one of those songs that's kind of slower and like, something that you didn't really want to touch at first, right? No,
that's right. Yeah, it came about, well, it was my mom's favourite song when I was a baby. And then I used to work in record shops where there would always be like bootleg versions of the original. So someone would take the original and just speed it up really fast and just put some house beats behind it. And it never quite did it for me. And in my mind, I always wanted to create a new version of that. I was just kind of waiting for the right time. And then, music changed, house music changed, everything changed, especially for me as well. In 2015, I went to Ibiza and you had people like Avicii, Kygo was just come in. And musically it just sounded really cool. It had everything that I wanted. It had the vocals, it had the melodies, but it was on, these kind of house music, dance music beats. So it was a perfect blend for me. And then I just felt that now was the right time. Well, in 2015, it was the right time to do this version of Fast Car that I'd always wanted to do. But I think the crucial element that a very kind of conscious decision, which was to not use the guitar, because that was the original, and I never wanted people to think that my version was a remix, because I always had it in my mind that my version was always a kind of reimagination of the original.
Yeah, that's a better word.
So that's why I left out the guitar, because it's such a crucial element of the original. But I just wanted to be able to show people that I could take it into a different area and it still be a timeless, euphoric track, but something fresh as well.
And your version, your reimagination of the song actually did better than Tracy.
It did, yeah.
When it comes to like the charts and stuff like that.
Yeah, it charted higher. Yeah, which is incredible.
Yeah, so you're like, I don't want to touch the song. Oh crap! But I've charted higher than Tracy did.
Yeah. It was one of them.
That's all right. But everybody's proud. It's all good.
Yeah.
So now, fast forward. There's been a lot in between, but now fast forward to Rise with Jack and Jack. So let's talk about that song, how that whole thing came about, and how did you keep your hair so amazing in the video with your headphones on?
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah,
all the above.
Let's talk about all that. So I actually heard. Let me rewind. So it was early April. I was in LA and I was listening to Jojo Wright.
Good friend of ours. Yeah,
Jojo Wright, and he was interviewing these guys called Jack and Jack, who unfortunately I'd never heard of. Even though I know they're a big deal here. However, they'd never heard of me. Either they've heard my music, but they didn't know of me. But yeah, I was listening to their interview and they were basically talking about the millennial generation and how it's always kind of so looked down on, and the millennials are never really given a chance by the older generation. And I just thought, and I just thought, that could be a really cool concept for a song that I've not really heard anyone do yet, especially in a kind of positive way.
Yeah.
So if you've heard my music, it's always super positive, super happy, which is a reflection of my life as well. So I took that story back to London and started writing Rise based on that interview and where, I like to take my music. And as soon as I finished writing it, I sent it over to Jack and Jack. and basically just said, I was really inspired by your interview that you did. Would you be up for recording this in a day's time?
Go to the studio right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was Coachella weekend.
Oh, so everybody's kind of collaborating and in town and seeing each other.
Yeah, and they were definitely not recording in the studio. So, yeah, it took a few days to get the vocals, but they absolutely killed it. And we created a great friendship out of it as well. So I think it was just the perfect blend. You know, people weren't expecting two young American guys to be on the next Jonas Blue record. It was a bit like, oh, is Ellie Goulding going to be on there? You know, and then come with Jack and Jack.
Well, I think that's what's great about music in general is how to do something that's unexpected is kind of the coolest part about the whole thing. I mean, half the songs we play sometimes in the past couple of years, I'm like, oh, I never thought this person would team up with this person. But we're always glad we did.
Definitely.
And always glad they did. And then now, but I think that sets the bar too. You're like, okay, well, what's next from this person, that person? So, but I also think that I don't think anybody's surprised anymore that different genres are mixing even more, or artists from other countries who never thought that they would ever team up. But just by listening to an interview with Jack and Jack out in LA, that's how this was born. So that's just a really cool story on its own.
Yeah, and I think, you know, one of the things that I've done since I came out with my debut single Fast Car, which not a lot of other people have done, is I try to find new artists and give them a chance. Whereas a lot of people always kind of searching for the biggest and best artists.
Sure.
And, you know, there's a lot of incredible talent out there that hasn't been tapped up yet. You know, for instance, there was William Singe, who was just a YouTube guy.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody knows his name now.
Yeah, you know, he was singing on Mama and did the most incredible job. And then JP Cooper, Perfect Strangers. Then you have Ray, who was on Bios. You know, it's all these incredible talents that are now, you know, on the same bills as me performing.
Yep.
But, you know, it started with the tracks that we did together. So it's great for Jack and Jack. They're amazing guys. They've been over to Europe a lot now, and yeah, we're just spreading the word.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm sure you've hung out with Jack and Jack a couple times by now. So when you hang out with Jack and Jack and you see like the kind of the crazy fandom, because they're even bigger socially, like, you know, I mean, than anything. I mean, you know, obviously they're, you know, talented musicians, but people love to look at them.
Me too. Me too.
So when you're hanging out with those guys, and it's like, all right, can I just like kind of hang out in the middle of you guys and like just kind of absorb what you know you're experiencing right now? Yeah,
I mean, it's a whole other level. I mean, I get a lot of people that come up to me at my gigs, but I mean, that's a different kind of level.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They have a different musical road that they're on than you do, and you're on a different stage musically. You know what I mean? Like being more of a producer DJ at first, and being looked at with turntables and production and everything else like that. And these guys are just in front and taking shirts off and stuff like that.
Definitely. I mean, we were in Miami, I think it was last week, and it just came on stage just like in a pair of shorts, like just loving life. And I'm there
with jeans,
Ibiza style. Jeans, flowery shirt.
That's great, man. Jonas Blue, thank you so much for popping by Z100.
Thank you, man.
We're super excited about Rise and everything else that's going on. We had a big music summit last week in our iHeartRadio theater, and they played video for Rise, and
amazing.
It was amazing. It got everybody super excited.
Wicked. Thank you so much for the support as always, man. You know,
absolutely.
I know everyone says that, but I really do appreciate it. I really do.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.